Coming up on a brand new Lights, Camera, Akron, Matthew Wilson appears in his first on-camera interview since being named interim president of the University of Akron.
That's right, and speaking of Akron, we unveil our brand new Hidden Gems series where we'll feature Akron's most unknown sports team.
And later we share an exclusive interview with delegates from the Ukraine who paid a visit to the University of Akron.
All that and more coming up on this episode of Lights, Camera, Akron.
Hello everybody, Jade Marshall here alongside Matt Barnhart, and welcome to Lights, Camera, Akron.
Jade, it's a brand new LCA, new look, new logo, and speaking of new, did we get a new president at UA?
That's right. Former Dean of UA's Law School, Matthew Wilson, was named interim president back on July 11th. I had the honor to speak with him on his first on-camera interview since being named interim president at the University of Akron. Let's check it out. Matthew Wilson, the new interim president, has been making a lot of new changes here at the university. Pulling from his personal experiences, he is able to encourage faculty and students to develop a personal relationship that extends beyond the classroom. Wilson's dedication to engage with the student body is what sets him apart as interim president. One approach he uses is to be transparent with the students. For instance, he held a basketball event outside the student union.
It was a fun day. You know, I was outside in front of the student union for about 2.5 hours, and I thought it would be a great way to just connect with students and let them know, hey, you know what, I'm here for you, I'm like you, I'm in your corner, and a great way to get to know students. And so we did some one-on-ones, we did some shooting competitions where it was best of 5 shots. The student could pick the spot. If they tied me or beat me, they got a Starbucks gift card and a business card. Hopefully we can continue to do some fun stuff like that to be able to connect, and I want to be accessible to students at all times and kind of through all mediums.
I love that, and I think students love that, and they like the involvement with you, and they like to be involved on campus. So there's a lot of, that's probably like a perk of your job. A lot of students have so many questions, like they wonder where their money is going, what they're investing in. How do you balance the responsibility of making those decisions for those students?
I think a big part of that is helping students understand the value of their education. Their education here is in the classroom, but it's also beyond the classroom. Whether it's, music, whether it's sports, whether it's computers and technology and those type of things that are there as well. And, helping them understand that a University of Akron degree really is something that distinguishes them and sets them apart. Through an Akron degree, you can go out, you can get internships, and you can get involved with co-ops. And then at the end of the day, get that job that you want to. And so helping students understand that is getting them engaged, communicating with them, listening to them, and responding to them as well.
I think that's excellent. If you could picture the University of Akron in the future, what would be your vision?
The way that I envision the University of Akron is you have a great 25,000 student university. It's D1 sports, it's Tier 1 research, great professors. I would like us to be, that where everyone can come and really realize their dreams, at the same time have an individualized and personalized experience. I remember, when I was an undergrad or when I was a law student, I felt like I was a number. And I didn't know where to turn, didn't know who to ask for different issues. Personalized experience. And so what I would like us to be known as, more than anything, is a place where a student can come and get a personalized, individualized experience where they understand that they're part of not only Zip's nation, but more importantly, part of Zip's family. Students aren't customers. They're family members. Maybe it's a little idealistic, but I would love to be a campus where we're smiling to each other and we're greeting each other and we're helping each other out, and it becomes all about the student, and it becomes all about success and getting folks to pass classes, right? To get those internships, to graduate, and to go out and really change the world, whether the world's within their own home, their own society, their own community, or really the world itself.
I know you touched on this a little bit, but it's the biggest question everybody wants to know. So you used to be the dean of the law school.
I did.
So people want to know if you want to go back after the 18 months are over. if you want to go back to doing that or if you want to stay and apply for being the president here.
Great question. You know, if you would have asked me 9 weeks ago when I took this position, I probably wouldn't have had a definite answer for you. But you know, at this point, seeing that I can positively impact many more folks here at the university level, you know, if at the end of the day the Board of Trustees says, okay, you know, why don't you go back to the law school? I mean, that would be completely fine because I would be serving students. So whether I'm in the classroom and that's what I'm doing, or whether I'm dean of a law school, or whether I'm president of the university, I'm happy because it's about others, not about me. But given the druthers, you know, I think that I can continue to contribute and to elevate the University of Akron even further.
With all the turmoil the university has endured in recent memory, Wilson has taken the right steps to bring the University of Akron into the future. This has been Jade Marshall from Lights, Camera, Akron. I'm so happy I got to talk with him. He was so personable to all the students and faculty there.
Yeah, charismatic, innovative, and just a forward-thinking guy. I'm really happy he's our new president.
I am too. All right, we're going to take our first commercial break, but when we come back, Brooke McKivergan highlights a special event held at Firestone High School for the kids in the Akron community. Stay tuned.
Being a part of LCA brought some amazing opportunities, some Emmy nominations, 2013 and 2014. So I am two-time Emmy nominated anchor reporter. I wouldn't have thought in college that I would have had an Emmy nomination. You know, an amazing experience with amazing people. I mean, there's just no words for it. It's so cool.
Hi, this is Matt Wilson, interim president at the University of Akron, and this is Lights, Camera, Akron on ZTV.
Jade, like the LeBron James Family Foundation said, every kid has a dream, but sometimes they need a role model to help them achieve their goals.
This past weekend, there was a local event held for kids from the city of Akron to help them excel in and out of the classroom.
Brooke McKivergan has the story.
Children are the foundation of our future. Teaching them about mental and physical health means building a strong world full of strong individuals. Akron Community Sports Day brought together inner-city children from Akron and a few important individuals to teach and inspire the community. Before all the fun began, I had the chance to sit down and speak with the man who put it all together, Rashard Lewis.
How does it feel? I know you're an Akron native, born and raised in Akron, so how does it feel to be able to give back to the community that you were from?
It feels awesome. It's a blessing. I'm here with some of my childhood friends, people I've been knowing my whole life. I have my family here. Being born and raised in Akron, it's important to give back and bring some resources to the city. We had professional athletes, some corporate brands here, Body Armor, Core Power, Akron Public Schools. The mayor's office is supporting us. We're bringing the kids in and just providing some information on education regarding mental health and financial literacy, diet, things of that nature, to try to, you know, get to the kids while they're still young. We have two professional athletes, NFL alumni, DeLon Carter, 2005 Mr. Football of the state of Ohio. We had Trey Caldwell, cornerback from the Cleveland Browns, is here today. So, you know, they're here to give back to the kids and let them see these pro athletes who came from the same environment coming back to inspire the kids.
Being a former Akron, Ohio native, you know, going to the NFL, coming back to help inspire these kids, it's amazing.
Yeah, so you said you're from Akron, born and raised.
Born and raised, yeah.
So how does it feel to be able to give back to your community?
Oh, I mean, it's awesome, man. Akron is full of talent, and you know, kids just need to be inspired and shown that it's opportunity and education with your talent.
Right. So do you hope that after today's event that kids can look up to you and sort of have you as a role model to them growing up?
Absolutely. I took a lot of turns, a lot of obstacles that many of these kids are facing today. And I just want to come back, you know, to be around here and show these kids that you're going to face. I know everything you're going to face, and I know how to navigate you through it. So we're here to mentor and touch lives.
I've been giving back to the Cleveland area. Every Tuesday we got this little thing we got for the Browns called Give 10. So we go to community centers, cancer centers, you know, just, you know, give out little gifts for like the patients, stuff like that, you know, make their day.
Yeah. How do they react when you guys show up?
it's emotional. Like it's kind of an awe factor. Like, oh my God, like they're really here. Like they really don't even notice like till we even get there.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing feeling. You know, we've all gone through certain things. You know, and you know the kids will try and find somebody to look forward. You know, have a role model. And so you know I'm looking forward to being that for them.
Although Rashard puts the kids through many physical activities such as basketball drills and fundamentals, his message spreads far beyond the basketball courts.
Well, hopefully they'll understand that there's other things you can do in life. One of our business owners here from JB being construction is from this community. There's a lot of things you can do with your life besides play sports and do music. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist. You can own a construction company. So we're also talking to them about you know, having a healthy diet. You know, things like sugar, cholesterol, just being educated on being mentally and physically healthy from a young age. You know, sometimes kids don't really know the options they have in life, and especially coming from the urban community, it's like, you know, their only way out is through a basketball or football or you know, doing music. You know, so it's just really changing the mindset of understanding that, you know, life isn't that hard if you just get up and go to work, get an education, which is what Akron Community Sports Day is all about.
This has been Brooke McKibbergan from Lights, Camera, Akron.
Brooke did so well with that story. Children need role models to inspire them.
Yeah, and it's really great when programs like this go into communities and then give back to those communities.
It's so excellent for the communities and for the child to let them know that their dreams are possible. All right, we're going to take another commercial break, but when LCA returns, we take a trip downtown to feature one of Akron's most underrated sports teams in this week's Hidden Gems. We'll be right back.
So I had a lot of great experiences with LCA, but the best one was probably the live show. We were all super nervous, and we all kind of banded together. We, you know, cheered each other on, and it was great. It really just showed, you know, teamwork, and I think that we all had great friendships probably from it.
Hey, this is Chris Kepler, the General Manager at WZIP, and you're watching Lights, Camera, Akron, only on ZTV.
Now, along with our new look and new logo, we introduced a brand new segment, Hidden Gems, where we feature unknowns on campus and in the city of Akron.
That's right. This week, Katie Bowman took a trip to downtown Akron to visit the Rubber City Roller Girls, one of Akron's best kept secrets.
The Rubber City Roller Girls are a hardcore roller derby team part of the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. I got the chance to talk with two members of the Roller City Derby Girls, Kiwi KO and Valkyrie.
Okay, so can you guys just basically tell me a little bit about and what it is? I don't really know that much.
Like how roller derby works?
Yeah.
All right, so you have a team of 4, let's say red, and a team of 4 black, and then each team has a jammer, which is the girl with the star on her helmet. So you're trying to help your jammer through and stop their jammer at the same time.
Okay.
Because every lap she makes after her first lap, she's getting points for it.
Oh, so it's like a point system.
Yep.
So how do you win?
Having the most points.
Okay.
At the end of the game.
Okay, so is it like a clock time kind of thing?
It's called a jam, each like little round we play, and so you would go out for no more than 2 minutes. But if I get through first, and maybe I'm considered the jammer then, I can call it off, which is when I tap my hips.
Okay.
And then the jam stops. So it could be 30-second jam, it could be a 2-minute jam, but no more than 2 minutes.
Okay. So the whole thing is basically keeping the jammer back.
Yes. So you wanna your first priority is always keep that broad behind you.
Her out, like.
Yes. So you can slow her down, you can knock her out, you can take her back when you knock her out.
So if I'm right here, she can throw her shoulder back. It's called a can opener. You can imagine why. Do it again. Do it like you mean it. Oh. Ugh, see, right there. So she can do that, or she can use her butt. That's my specialty. So see, I'm not letting her by.
You have what?
Knee, wrist, elbow, mouth guards, which I don't have in right now.
Okay, so you guys wear mouth guards?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And your helmet, you can wear extra things. Some girls wear padded shorts. that has like tailbone protection. Me! Because a lot of times when you fall, you go like this, and then you fall on your butt.
Right on your butt.
Yeah, or if you're on the receiving end of a crowd pleaser, then you might end up on your rear. So there's extra padding you can wear, but what you see on us minus the mouth guard is the minimum.
Okay, so like that's required.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What made you guys want to do roller derby?
I watched her.
Oh, stop it.
No, seriously, I came to a bout with my family and I saw it and I could follow the rules and I thought these women are amazing and this looks like something that I can do. So I went and got info and then they put out a recruiting post on Facebook and I looked at my spouse and I was like, no, I can't do that. And he was like, do it, you can do this. And
here you are.
Here I am.
I just want to ask you guys about, the negative stereotypes that some people have against roller derby.
I'll throw it out there. I went to high school with a girl and she did roller derby in another state. And I talked to her about it a few years ago and how did you get into it? This is so cool. And she told me horror stories about their initiations and how negative and nasty and mean and they beat them down. So I went into this as a pledge thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to pay my dues, they're gonna kick my butt, this is gonna be horrible. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be hazed. Man, these women open arms welcomed me in like I was one of them the first night. And I don't know if that was just me, I just fit in and found my people, because that's kind of what I feel like.
Right.
But I was scared going into it. I had like this preconception that, oh no, they're this cool club and I have to be a cool kid. No, I was welcomed in right away, immediately.
Like, I don't think we're nearly as scary as we look.
Yeah.
I don't know, we all have day jobs, we have lawyers, we have hairdressers, we have stay-at-home moms, I work retail, like, everybody has life outside of Derby, but Derby kind of becomes your life, but these people are my family, and I probably never would have met them otherwise. Like, we're just an odd collection and variety, but we must have, like, a common denominator of inner crazy that makes us want to hit other people. But
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Yes, we drank the Kool-Aid, and now we want to hit other people, but, I mean, the best part of like practice is like the sisterhood and just, I don't know, these are my family.
This has been Katie Bowman from Lights, Camera, Akron.
Those girls were so cool. I wanted to get out there and skate with them.
Yeah, they're intimidating on film and in person.
I bet you couldn't even kick it with those girls.
I'm not much of a skater. I like the old-fashioned four-wheelers myself.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. But when LCA returns, we feature the biggest annual community event at the University of Akron. We'll be right back. I think the most memorable day for me was when we got to interview Yvette Nicole Brown, the actress from the community. She was raised in this area and went to the University of Akron. That moment solidified the reason why I chose my field. And it was to meet extraordinary people doing extraordinary things and getting that message out there.
This is Trey Caldwell from the Cleveland Browns, cornerback, and you're watching Lights, Camera, Akron on ZTV.
Welcome back to Lights, Camera, Akron.
Now, before we unveil our next story, let's send it to the newsroom where Katie Bowman has this week's headlines.
Katie, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. The University of Akron recently announced a new $3 million endowment to further strengthen the university's internationally recognized and world-class polymer faculty. Funded by the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, the W. Gerald Austin Endowed Chair in Polymer Science and Polymer Engineering acknowledges the work of renowned cardiac and thoracic surgeon, Dr. W. Gerald Austin, and his contributions to the city of Akron. UA is coming together in a campus-wide event, UA Unity, on Monday, November 21st in the Student Union. President Matthew Wilson, along with Dean of Students Mike Strong, will be in attendance for UA Unity. The event is designed to accentuate the positive and to reinforce the strength of our community, said Dr. Lakeisha Ransom, Dean of the Williams Honors College and Interim Chief of Diversity Officer and Vice President. Several stations will be set up at the event, including one where those in attendance can write notes of kindness on pieces of fabric that will be sewn into a tapestry. That's all for this week's headlines. Be sure to tune in to Lights, Camera, Akron for updates on the latest happenings here at the University of Akron. Matt, Jade, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Katie. CJ, scholars like that are really making a difference.
Speaking of making a difference, weren't you at UA's Make a Difference Day on campus last week?
That's right. I was at the University of Akron where they were holding their 12th annual Make a Difference Day where over 1,000 UA students came out to volunteer. I was there on site all day for the event. Let's check it out.
This was Akron's 12th annual Make a Difference Day. The students involved believe it's their responsibility to go out and make a positive impact on their community. Gathering at the student union, waiting for their assignments, students were treated to a quick breakfast, shirts for the event, and some even got photos with friends. Then they were off to their sites, excited as always.
Hey, we're standing here on this chilly October day for Make a Difference Day, and as you can see, we're just filling up buses upon buses. Kids just keep coming out. We've actually had 3 or 4 buses completely filled, going to the destination, and then they're gonna come back to be able to pick up more students inside. This has been a great event. We can't wait to get on site and see how these kids are gonna be making a difference in our Akron community. Hi, we're here at the Ohio Erie Canal Coalition. I'm with Morgan Goddard, and you're going to tell me what the kids are doing today, right?
Yeah, so there's about 23 students who participated today, and they're going to be doing some like groundkeeping, landscaping over here at the canal and with the Richie Howe House. So.
Nice, getting our hands dirty?
Yes.
Good, good. Working, making a difference though. That's good. Okay.
Good cause.
All right, hey, we're here with Christian Trent. He just tell us everything about Make a Difference Day. Just let us know, man. What's going on?
Make a Difference Day is one of the greatest things. It's just something that Akron community is able to give back.
Yeah.
Right now we're here as part of Phi Delta Theta's organization. It's the Phi Delta Theta fraternity. We're really involved in giving back to the community, trying to make a difference, obviously. And we love community service.
Okay, as you can see, the Make a Difference team is nothing but dedicated. We have people wading through the water to get discarded tires and trash. This has just been pure dedication. Fantastic. And as you can see, there he is, getting the tire and everything, just carrying that thing out. All right, I'm here with Nolan, and he's a part of the Make a Difference Day team. And as you can see, he's done nothing but just to put his body on the line for this day. Nolan, what are you doing, man?
Just making a difference for the kids, man. That's all it's about.
That's great, dude. Thank you for coming out here and doing exactly what you've done. You've gone leagues beyond everybody else here.
Anything for the kids.
Hey everybody, we were here with the Ohio Erie Canal Coalition and the Make a Difference Day team from the University of Akron, cleaning up the Summit County. But that's not to say that they were just here cleaning up. They're all over the county today, making a difference. From Summit County Lake, this has been Matt Barnhartz with Lights Camera Akron.
Make a Difference Day is really special, and actually I caught the volunteering bug so much that I plan on going back next year, either to film it or to help out and be a volunteer.
Definitely, I went last year and I had so much fun. I will go next year too. All right, we're going to take our final commercial break, but when we come back, we share an exclusive feature with delegates from the Ukraine regarding the rebuilding project in their native country. We'll be right back after these messages.
I was a reporter for Lights Camera Akron. I was on the dance team here at the University of Akron, so naturally I'm a big sports fan. I grew up loving sports, but never thought that I would actually want to be a reporter for sports. And in the May of 2013, the job opening at Fox Sports Ohio had opened up. So I said, why not? If I hear back, great. If I don't, then that's okay. Maybe I'll go in a different realm. And I graduated August 17th, and then I got the call August 23rd and said, we'd like to hire you with Fox Sports Ohio. So literally when I say it was a dream come true, it really was. Not often that a college student can get a gig like that, so I was very, very fortunate.
Over the past few years, the Ukraine endured one of the worst conflicts in recent history.
That's right, Jade. After the feud with Russia, Ukraine was left in absolute shambles.
In a rebuilding effort, a group of citizens from the Ukraine traveled here to the United States to gain support for their efforts.
Our producer, Khalil Smith, had the honor to speak with the Ukrainian delegates who paid a visit to the University of Akron.
In 2014, Ukraine endured one of the worst European wars in recent history due to a conflict with Russia. It all started when former Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych suddenly pulled out of a deal to join the European Union, a deal which would have united Ukraine with the rest of Europe. Pro-European Ukrainians were furious with President Yanukovych's decision and began to protest. After a week of protest, Russian President Vladimir Putin sent Russian troops into Ukraine to claim territory of Crimea. The Ukrainian government then initiates a resistance against Russian authorities in eastern Ukraine. The battle between the two sides resulted in thousands of casualties and a divide between Ukrainian citizens and pro-Russian rebels. Yuri, who was studying in the United States during the war in Ukraine, had family members involved in the riots occurring at the square.
When the revolution started, my brother was harshly injured during the Maidan. Of course, it was very painful, and because all of my family was on the square.
With all the ongoing violence, military officials removed Ukrainian citizens from their homes, forcing them to move to safer areas, also known as internally displaced persons, or IDPs. One of those IDPs was Olena, whose family was forced to move from Crimea to Kyiv.
I must say that I'm IDP from Donetsk. I used to live about 2 years ago in Donetsk, and thanks to Russian aggression, so I have to move to Kyiv. Now I live with my family in Kyiv. We didn't know anybody in Kyiv, I couldn't find a job, so we had a problem with housing and with everything. So we were in depression. So we were in depression for a lot of time, but
With all the turmoil in Ukraine, citizens began to realize that it was time for them to take a stand.
It was just the realization that you have to do something. Your country is at war, the country is not ready, the people are at risk, the future of the country is at risk.
Citizens of Ukraine began forming volunteer efforts, non-profit groups, and community organizations providing assistance to fellow Ukrainians in need. One of those volunteers is Anastasia, who is an attorney by trade, but is helping her country with anything they need.
My role in the current situation in Ukraine is to do everything I possibly can. I apply every possible effort to the situation in my country to make it better and have peace set in.
These delegates from the Ukraine traveled all the way to the United States to learn more about organizing community efforts and to apply those skills to their volunteer work in Ukraine.
This trip has been most helpful. I've gained a lot of information. I was taking notes, and returning back to Ukraine with my colleagues, we will be developing amendments and changes in our laws.
During their trip across the United States, the Ukrainian delegation came to the University of Akron. They were brought to UA by Global Ties Akron, a nonprofit organization which collaborates with delegations all over the world.
I'm Michelle Wilson, and I'm the Executive Director with Global Ties Akron, which is housed right here at the University of Akron. It's an honor, and it's very humbling. For years we've been trying to get some delegations focused on refugee services, and especially for Ukraine. So it was very, an honor to be able to work with this particular delegation. So it's been a very enriching experience both ways for our community in Northeast Ohio and for the delegates from Ukraine.
Although Ukraine endured arguably the worst European war since the Yugoslavian divide in the early 1990s, a new spark of activism and a shift towards a democracy has Ukrainians excited for a brighter future. This has been Khalil Smith for Lights, Camera, Akron.
It's such a sad situation that's happening right now in the Ukraine.
It's really nice to see that Northeast Ohio is coming together to help out the refugees.
It is, and hopefully that message spreads out towards the nation so they can get some help.
Agreed. All right, that'll do it for this episode of Lights, Camera, Akron. But before we go, don't forget to check out our social media pages listed at the bottom of the screen.
You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube page at ZTV LCA. For Lights, Camera, Akron, this has been Jade Marshall and Matt Barnhart.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.